In order to do something you've never done, you've got to become someone you've never been. When you're pursuing your greatness, you don't know what your limits are, so you act like you don't have any. And one of the reasons that Booker T. Washington said, judge a person not by what they accomplish, but what they had to overcome for their accomplishment. This Les Brown that you now see, I had no idea that he existed. I was born in an abandoned building on the floor. I'm adopted. When I was in 5th grade, I was labeled educable mentally retarded. I was put back from the 5th grade to the 4th grade. I failed again and I was in 8th grade. And given my environment and circumstances, I have no college training. The story I was born into and I embraced was that I was supposed to be poor. But it was not conscious, it was unconscious. How people live their lives is a result of the story they believe about themselves. In the 11th grade, Mr. Washington, he said to me, young man, go to the board and work this problem out for me. And I said, I can't do it. And he said, don't ever say that again. Someone's opinion of you does not have to become your reality. He interrupted my vision of myself. And as a result of his example and the input, review, repetition, and reinforcement of that concept and how he held me in his eyes when he looked at me, I was able to die to who I was and depart from the story that I bought into. Even if you are told a lie, faith comes by hearing and hearing and hearing. You hear it often enough, it becomes your reality. Perception, not challenge, becomes real for you. And so there was no one to dispute what was said about me, and I bought it. He interrupted that vision of myself, and as a result of that, I began to become a different kind of person. I remember when Tony had an infomercial sponsored by Gunther Rinker, and they spent millions of dollars.
How do you turn your dreams into reality? For 2 decades, some of the most successful people in the world have turned to this one man, Anthony Robbins, to get results. Using entertainment and education, his extraordinary teaching style has captivated millions of people across 61 countries, from Russia to Germany, England.
And it was a blessing for me that they rejected me because I have the complexion of rejection. He has the complexion of connection. And so they said, oh, we don't believe a black guy can have appeal to the American public. I was so furious with that because of how I was rejected by Gunther Rinker and those guys. I said, I don't have millions of dollars, but I got a story. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to figure out how to transform audience. I'm going to figure out how to make myself stand out. I don't have the money to compete with them. I don't have the complexion of connection. I remember something that Robert Schuller said, there's never a shortage of opportunities. It's just a shortage of thinking. I said, wait a minute. Impact drives income and referrals. I'm going to focus on training and developing a method and technique to transform people's lives individually and collectively, as Mr. Washington did for me. We all have an energy signature. There's certain people, when I speak, I'm going to reach them. There's some people that will hear both of us, but there are some people, because of your energy signature, that when you speak, they will hear you not just in their ears, they're going to hear you in their heart. And as a result of them being in your presence and under the influence of your voice, when they leave your presence, you will inspire them. I had a guy he texted me the other day. He said, I was in a very dark place and I heard your voice and it brought me out into the light. Yeah. When I spoke in the Georgia Dome, I went to the bathroom 7 times. They knocked on the door. Brownie. I said, what is it? Come out, man. Dexter Yeager, they're pausing now because it's time for you.